Hey guys, it's Erin from Go Erin Go, and I am here to give you a video recap, sort of the highlights of my year 2 of my Erin Go Global trip. Of course, 2012 was fantastic, just as great as the first year abroad. Had some real extremes in that trip. I went to South Asia for the first time with my mom. Say hey, Mom.
Hi.
Hi. And India, of course, was absolutely beautiful and mesmerizing, just physically the country, Rajasthan to Kerala, the people, it was just such a magical culture. Nepal, Sri Lanka, Burma, really a great time. It's always been sort of a hole in my map not to have been in South Asia, so I was really, really excited to get there and explore. Did some amazing trekking, of course, in the Himalayas in Nepal. Before I left on the 2-year trip, I really wanted to do maybe just 3 or 4 things, and hiking the Himalayas was one of them, so absolutely a highlight. I hiked up to Annapurna Base Camp with a group called Three Sisters that actually trains local Nepalese girls to be porters and guides, and did a little bit of volunteer work with them afterwards. Really a great organization. And then head to Sri Lanka, where I did some work with turtle release, hung out with my friends PK and Uttama, who really opened up their home and introduced me to their family, and just a really fantastic society, Sri Lanka. From sort of South Asia, really headed down to Borneo then, and did some kind of hardcore jungle camps. I went to the jungle and saw sort of the orangutans in the wild, which is what I really wanted to do, and the proboscis monkeys, and then did some diving in Sipadan, which is, has a reputation for being some of the world's best, and it was actually stupendous diving. Then kind of headed over to Europe to spend some time with my friends, mostly in the UK and Ireland. I got a little lonely about a year and a half on the road, and we just had a great time spending the summer in Europe touring around. I then headed up to the Arctic Circle to see my friend Pirjo and her family in Finnish Lapland. She gave me a really great tour, of course, and introduced me how to take a proper Finnish sauna. And then spent the last 4 or 5 months in South America. I did the really great trek to the Lost City in Colombia, and then sailed from Colombia to Panama through the San Blas Islands, also a highlight. And then, of course, the big finale, which was in Antarctica. And just great. Like, Antarctica is even more than you can imagine. Just the ice and the penguins and the beauty of it all. And then spent the time, sort of the last month, hiking through Patagonia before I headed home to see my family for the holidays. So it was really, really great. Like I said, a year of extremes, so kind of hiking from the Himalayas and the Andes, from the Arctic Circle to Antarctica, and then, of course, down to Borneo into the deep blue sea. Had a fantastic time, a great way to wrap up the second year.